you're thinking that you don't know what to do. You're short every now and then in your bank account because you're living on a single income and the cost of living is so high that you don't know what to do. So you're praying night and day for the Lord to show you a way to make a second income. Maybe you're still working a 9-to-5 job and you just need a little extra, but you don't want to go back. You don't want to work 16 hours a day. But if you could find a way to work a couple more hours and make an extra income, that'd be great. Or maybe you're like me. You're retired, living on a single income, and life changes happen, and now you're dipping into your savings to make ends meet, and so you need to supplement your savings. Well, that's what I had to do. So I got to praying, and I got to searching the Bible and praying to the good Lord about ways to make a second income. And I came across a scripture about the widow woman and her little small jar of oil. The verse goes like this: the oil stopped the widow woman and her little small jar of oil. The verse goes like this: the oil stopped when there were no more vessels to fill. The oil stopped when there were no more vessels to fill. And that's in Kings chapter 4, verse 6. And what that meant was that she was a widow and all she had was this little small bottle of oil. That's the only thing she had left of any value. She didn't have anything but this little jar of oil. And that's what she needed to be able to cook and provide for herself, to make her bread, was this little oil. And she was afraid of running out. She didn't know what to do. And the debt collectors were knocking on her door and everything, and she was like, I don't have anything left. So she prayed and prayed about it. Like, what am I going to do when this oil runs out? Well, the next thing she knows is she gets a knock on her door, and a prophet comes to her door and tells her to go out and start collecting more jars. And she was like, well, I trust the prophet, so I'm going to do as he asked. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to start knocking on the doors of the neighbors and everybody in the village, and I'm going to start asking if they have any spare jars they can loan me. So she did. And she was kind of embarrassed, and she was like, what am I going to tell them if they ask me why I need these jars? But the prophet told me to go out there, and so I'm going out there because I have faith in him, and I'm going to do as he asks. So she went and she started knocking on doors, and she asked for jars. Anything they could spare, she asked if she could have one. So after the end of the evening, she comes home, she goes in her little house, and she closes the door, and she puts down all of her jars, and she's told to start filling those jars off of that little bottle of oil. And she's thinking, well, it's not going to go very far. I mean, I'm sure that's what she was thinking, but I trust the prophet. So she started filling jar 1. The oil didn't run out, and the jar that she was filling was bigger than the jar she had of oil. She just kept filling, and she filled and filled and filled, and it didn't stop pouring after 1 jar, 5 jars, 10 jars, 15 jars, 20 jars, 25 jars. It didn't stop pouring. The only reason it stopped pouring, it wasn't because God ran out of provisions. She ran out of jars. So she had all of this oil now. And so God did not allow her to run out of provisions. She had faith. She trusted. And this is the story that kind of got me thinking about things. You know, I'm praying to the good Lord that, Lord Jesus, please help me find a way to put that money back into my savings account so I don't run out. I can't run out or I'm going to have to sell my home. And so I felt like I started looking on the internet because I wanted to do something from home since I had been retired 1.5 years. I got out there and started looking. And I came across a video just like what I'm putting out now for you. And you found this video because he led you to this video. Just like the prophet it's like the prophet knocking on your door. Saying, get your jars and get ready to start filling them. I'm going to show you how. And that's basically what he told. Well, he told me to cast your net. When I saw this type of video, and I was like, how can I make extra money? And this woman was like myself, and she was showing me how to make this extra money on the internet through digital marketing. She said she purchased a training and it taught her how to do digital marketing. And when she did, and she said that it was beginner friendly. She said it was beginner friendly. She said that all I needed was a smartphone and Wi-Fi access, that I could do this training and I could learn how to make money on the internet. And I said, well, that's great, because I'm a beginner. I know nothing about making money on the internet. I don't know anything about social media because I don't have any social media. But I do have an iPhone, but it could be anything. It could be anything that takes pictures and videos and Wi-Fi access. And I said, well, I've got internet access on my phone. And so I was ready to go. So I was like, okay. And I said, Jesus, what do you think? And he said, cast your net. Cast your net. That is exactly what came to my mind, is cast your net. And I mean, if that isn't Jesus talking to you, I don't know who is. Because I would have been thinking yes or no, but he told me to cast your net. And so I did. I didn't second guess him, just like Simon Peter did when he told him to cast his net on the other side of the boat after an all-day fishing trip where they didn't catch anything. He went back out even though he was tired and, been working all day and didn't catch anything. Well, he told him to go back out one more time and cast your net on the other side. And so Peter says, okay, Lord, I'll do that. He went out there, he casted his net on the other side, and lo and behold, they pulled up so many fish and almost broke the net. And then when the prophet knocked on this woman's door, she only had this little bottle of oil, and the prophet said, go out there and collect more jars. Well, she didn't say, well, Jesus, I only got this little bitty bottle. What is more jars going to do me? No, she said, okay, I'll go get more jars. So she went and knocked her out. She didn't care if she was embarrassed or not, she did what he told her to do. Because she had faith in him. She trusted him. And so if you're out there and you're looking for a way to make a second income and you've come across my video, there's 5 billion people getting out there on the internet every day. And there's people out there making videos. If you've come across my video, then it's because he led you to my video. He led you here for a reason, and he wants you to cast your net. He doesn't want you to keep telling him no or I'll wait until tomorrow. If you're praying for it now, the time is now. It's not tomorrow and it's not next year. You don't want to, if you don't take action, you're going to run, it's your will to run out of money. It's not his. When he gives you an answer and you say no to it, then there's a chance that you're going to run out of money. But if he shows you an answer and you take that leap of faith and you cast your net out there and you invest in that training so you can learn it, he's not going to let you run out of money. But getting the money is going to be in his time also, but you've got to put the work in. So she, so you do it, this story with the oil is a way that you can have your faith and business at the same time and they can coexist. You know, she had faith, she got the oil, and now she's got something that's of value that she can sell. And she can pay off her debt. So it's not that, you know, she needed all that oil just to make her bread, but now she has enough oil that she can sell and she can make her payments and pay her debt off. And then she's got it left over too to provide for herself. And so that's what the Lord wants to provide for you. He wants to give you abundance, and that way you can pay off your debt and you can have money to live off of. He doesn't want you to struggle, but he also wants you to have faith in him, and he wants you to ask. So if you're out there and you're discerning how to make that second income and you've come across this video, it's because he led you here to me. You know, and he wants you to trust in him, and you can trust in me. I'm not going to mislead you. I'm doing this training and everything to learn how to make extra money, and I will help you learn and discern what it is he wants you to do to make your extra money. But you have to learn how to get it out there, like I did. I had to learn how to make these videos and how to post them on YouTube and how to put them out there so that you can find it. And so that's how you do it, and you learn, and you can start out by selling the training that you purchase. Okay? That's one way to start earning income, just one. But there's multiple income streams out there, and you can pick and choose what you want, how you want to make your income. But one way is to sell the training that you purchased. And say you spent the maximum, they run anywhere, the training runs anywhere from $100 up to $1,400. And you may say, well, Jennifer, $1,400 is a lot of money. Well, in the whole big scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. When you consider how much it costs to go to college or take, you know, go to get an associate's degree or something like that, $1,400 is nothing. I mean, you know, vehicles are costing $80,000, $90,000 now, just a vehicle. So $1,400 for a training that's going to set you up for the rest of your life is not really that much. And you can put it on a credit card and pay it off. Okay? You'll find a way to learn it if you can earn. Because just think about this. If you purchase the training, the founder of the training is letting us sell this training. The training that we purchased for 100% of the profit. So I spent $1,400 on the training because I wanted the maximum amount of training I can get. All right. So when I sell one customer, I make my money back. If I sell 4 customers a month, that is $5,600 a month. Just selling 4 customers, 1 a week. That $5,600 is going to help me real fast put that money back into my savings account that I had to use. But if I only did 1 a month, $1,400 a month is like a regular job, you know, after you retire and go and answering some phones, and you're doing it from your house. Because if you go answer the phones and you're only making $20 an hour, you're going to make $160 a day before taxes. And just think how many, you know, $1,400, you can make $1,400 in a day, just getting 1 customer a day. You can make $1,400. And people, this is what they've got to do. They've got to purchase a training to learn how to put it out there on the internet. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You know, I mean, if you want to make money, in the first way you can do it is by selling the training you invest in, and then the training shows you multiple different ways, like making other digital products and selling them, using your passion, you know, to make how-to videos and selling them. You can do affiliate marketing and make income off of using products in videos, and they'll give you. And the more your videos get out there, the more, like YouTube, after you have so many videos out there and followers, YouTube will pay you, and it's called monetizing. I mean, so you can get money through all of these other different ways. But you've got to invest in the training first so you can learn it and start getting it out there. So if you want to know more and you want to know what Jesus is teaching me, then all you have to do is say spiritual. If you're not ready yet to jump into a business and spend the $1,400 or the $900, whatever you wanted to do, then say spiritual in the comments, and I'll get you my free spiritual guide that he helped me develop, and it'll